evening, everyone. Grand evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Once again to the Beatzilla PDX official show. I am your host, Beatzilla PDX officially. Make sure, hey, Black Gravity. Good. All right, we're sounding good. Why am I hearing this? This should be you. One sec, ladies and gentlemen. I have to correct something. I got it. Oh, you okay? Good. All right. So hopefully you can hear me. Let's see who all we got here. Melanated Brown, Ion Mayat Bay, Judah Queen, Silent D Productions, Black Gravity, Desmond Works, and Deborah Jones. Welcome. Oh, Yellow Cat. Welcome. Welcome. All right. Afro Thunder. That's right, Desmond Works. This is just letting it air out today. So, you know. This is just the simple no bergamot look. Just letting my hair air out today. So, you know. So in the meantime, like and share this broadcast. Yeah, I need to fix this real quick. Karma Cole, welcome. Why can't I hear myself out of this joint? Okay, one sec, ladies and gentlemen. Let me do something. I will be right back. In the meantime, I'm going to play something for you.
Brain. I remember your laugh when I was at my worst. Let me tell you, piece of scum, I'm supported from above. Your man in my DMs while you're talking shit behind my back. All the shit you said made you look like a little bitch that had your opinion, bitch. Fuck that. What do I think of you? How I love in your face, bitch. If you only knew. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Party till I die with my chin up high. Fuck 'em all. Fuck 'em back. Twerk like it's my last day on this earth. Let that dollar make her work. Shake that money maker in my face. It's a favor. Ooh, I love your misbehavior. Party till I die with my chin up high. Fuck 'em all. Fuck 'em back. Twerk like it's my last day on this earth. Let that dollar make her work. Shake that money maker in my face.
All right. Okay, we are back. All right. So, I had to fix something. So that was something I already had in here. So I was like, let me play this real quick. Everybody needs a good laugh. You know, that's the good Dutch turn up. You know. She got that weird Dutch South African accent. Oof, Lord. All right. So let's go ahead and proceed. All right. So as we see, the obvious topics of this week are one of immigration that we are seeing, really. However, there are situations that, you know, are kind of happening, but no one's talking about it. So I find, you know, we should not find interesting at all. We should now, by this time, we should just expect all of this to happen. So, needless to say, y'all see this, because of course we have long seen what was going on. They clowning a whole Joe on Fox News. Absolutely, they are. Desmond Works. So funny that you mentioned that. Because yes, as they are clowning. You know, some are upset, like the Tuckers. But I want you to understand something. We all know what Neely Fuller has said. White supremacy takes both sides of the argument. So with this, we have this is about preserving white supremacy on the level of making sure you kept your numbers up by bringing in Afghans who will identify as white and non-Afro Latinos, clearly. So non-melanated immigrants who will come here and identify as white on their paperwork. So for all intents and purposes, they are making them honorary white citizens. So you can come get the privilege of whiteness, so they can keep thriving in the order of white supremacy. Well, you're going to have to take this, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to take a more analytical approach when you see one side talk about the other. Because for black people unfortunately tend to identify with one group or the other, not understanding that the counterparts within their same said group only identify with whiteness. These are subtexts to life, to where black folks, this is life, this is it. So if it's not Democrats, if it's not Republicans, especially for black folks here in America, if it's not Democrat, it ain't living. So this is Republican giving you some understanding of their perspective of how they're seeing this. And we'll break this down too, because basically this is going to have some white supremacist dog whistle talk as well. So let's listen to Angry Tucker.
Parts of our country are already very poor. Leave Martha's Vineyard sometime and you'll discover that. America could be on the brink of getting much poorer. This is the last thing we need. And it was preventable, very easily preventable. The United States government holds tremendous sway over the Mexican economy. So with a single phone call, Joe Biden could have made absolutely certain that the Mexican government sent these migrants back to where they came from. But Joe Biden has not called to do that. And he hasn't because he wants these migrants here in the United States, and so they are coming. He did this on purpose. Thousands of Haitians, as you just saw, have swarmed Del Rio, Texas, which is not a big town. As of this morning, there were close to 7,000 so-called family units under the bridge there. More than 300 of those units included a pregnant woman. All of these migrants, says the Biden administration, will be allowed to stay in the United States, no questions asked, and the children born here will, of course, instantly become American citizens.
Now, with that part being said, let me clarify something, how they're doing it. Yes, there were Haitians coming over, but they all weren't Haitians. So what they did was they split the people up. So listen, be very clear. These people that are getting amnesty are those Mexicans that came over. Now they're telling you, we see all these children over here. They not giving a damn about them Haitian children. So when you hear this line mixed in here with these pictures, understand he ain't talking about the Haitians, the immigrants. So he throws Haitian immigrants out there, and then the immigrants are given amnesty. Yes, that is true. Not these immigrants, though. See, no, these immigrants are already headed back home, okay, for the most part. So let's not play word games.
None of these people, you should know this because it's telling, will undergo any kind of background check, like the background check you endure if you were to try to, say, buy a 12-gauge, according to your constitutional rights. None of them either will be forced to abide by vaccine mandates. So you need the shot to work as a nurse or for the sanitation department or anywhere. But you don't need a shot to come into our country illegally at the request of the Biden administration. Virtually none of these migrants will ever...
Now, he does make a great point, but there's no mandate. Now, How are you opening up our borders without a mandate for these people to be jabinated, to be fully venomized when they come into this country? Since it's such a big, dire idea, excuse me. I mean, because even looking at this, are we not looking at a super spreader situation? I mean, come on now. This definitely looks like a super spreader situation. All them people out there, man. And they ain't even housed them people. And then, of course, you know, then there's the screenshot for today. And see, I'm already seeing people by just this screenshot alone today. I've watched it spark a reaction just from this picture on the screen. All of a sudden, and these people are coming real quick with the Democrat and the left hand, and the Democrats and the left, and the Democrats and the liberals, and then the other hand, and, oh well, the Republicans are so much liars. They're such liars. Do you know, with this particular picture, that one person had the nerve to say, those are reins, not a whip. Democrats are such damn liars. Do we really care, Black America? And not that I'm caping for these Haitians to stay here, because I am not. But we have to take note of the blatant hypocrisy, because by what we're seeing now is that it's okay for these other, I mean, because shit, let's keep it a buck. Half them Haitians were probably going to be anti-FBA anyway. But we can bank on that these other folks that we letting in to be somewhat partakers of white supremacy. Well, we already know those people are going to go along with to get them on. So right off the rip, we're good there. But we can't trust these possible voodoo Negroes coming over here invading our country and letting them stay too long with all of that connection to the earth and stuff that they got. Although, you know, these people have definitely been broken. A lot of their stuff just taken and they've just given up. That's why you're coming here. So, you know, unfortunate, but the situation. Tanya Zion, you are not that late. You know, you're not that late, just 14 minutes. Pride at Bentley, welcome. And you know, of course, I'm wearing my bracelets by Pride at Bentley. These two up here. You know, this one's the lion, and then this is my Al Kemelon Founders bracelet. So you know, you could definitely put your information in the chat, Pride at Bentley, if you want to, because you could definitely get these bracelets, and she got a lot more on her website that you can get your hands on. Good quality product. It's nice and sturdy. It's not all loose and whatnot. So, you know, definitely support the sister. You know, she is, you could see by her avatar that, you know, you can see there is melanin there. And I can vouch for her myself. She is a melanated sister. So let's continue on with good old Angry Tucker. And trust me, this it's a form of propaganda, but it's in a convenient form. So we have something that everybody can just poke at and be like, hey, look at all these blacks at the border. They're immigrants, because now everybody gives a damn.
Be deported. Of the more than 3,000 illegals processed in Del Rio on Sunday, only 327 were supposedly deported to Haiti, all of them single men and women. We haven't, by the way, confirmed that. That's just the claim. But even the official claim tells us that more than 90% of these Haitians got effective amnesty immediately. They got on government buses to resettle into what was, until recently, your country. On Monday, Haitians on one of those buses revolted and took control of the vehicle. They did break out of the bus and they did escape, one official told the Washington Examiner. Do things seem out of control? Well, that's because.
Let me ask you this. If you're being granted amnesty, meaning you can stay here, because since we have all these sanctuary cities and all, I mean, we've had here in Oregon, our governor, which we have a large state, but our governor opened Portland's borders to Afghan refugees. Not one word mentioned about these Haitians. When the Guatemalans, the Hondurans, and all the Mexicans were coming over. Kate Brown hopped out there again. We are ready to take in anyone seeking to have a new life in this country. We welcome all immigrants. Okay. But this? This is the response you get. And take note. Oh man, it's deranged. Whatever the hell it is. If he was using an extension cord, the point still stands. As soon as these race soldiers could revert back to their ancestors' nature, instinctively kicked in, and what did they do? Like I told y'all yesterday, they reverted back to their overseer ancestors. Is that not what we looking at? I mean, you couldn't wait to whip a nigga. Goodness. Just keep it a buck.
They are. Just a few hours ago, the head of DHS, the man in charge of Homeland Security, explained to the United States Congress that, in fact, he has no idea how many foreign nationals are being resettled in American neighborhoods. And he didn't seem bothered to admit that. Watch.
How many people have been returned? How many people are being detained? How many people have been dispersed to all points around America?
Senator, I would be pleased to provide you with that data.
I want them now. Why don't you have that information now?
Senator, I do not have that data.
Why not?
For me.
Why don't you have that basic information?
Senator, I want to be accurate.
Because he doesn't care. That's why he doesn't have the information, because he doesn't care. Because there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing Ron Johnson, despite his best and noble efforts, can do about it. So how could you defend this if you believed in, let's say, law? How would you defend what's happening? Well, you couldn't. There's no way to defend it. These are illegal aliens.
Well, what I have saw thus far is pretty much what I expected from the Biden sexual line, which would be to refer to everything about Trump. We are 8 months in to a Biden-Harris administration. We don't need to look at Trump for how we fix today. This problem here came out of Joe Biden's mouth. So he didn't have to answer for giving black people anything. See? See how that works?
They're not refugees. They are breaking the law with the help of the federal government. How is that okay? Well, no one in the Democratic Party bothers to explain how it's okay. Instead, they deflect. They denounce anyone who asks and calls that person a, can you guess? Can you guess what they call people who ask questions? Here's Ilhan Omar to remind you.
What we have seen was cruel, inhumane, and a violation of domestic laws and international laws. We owe Haitians the right thing of allowing them.
Take note of the time, family. Take note of the time. At the time when I was live yesterday, they hadn't said anything. If you go and look at all of the things that all of these politicians said, it all happened after 3 p.m. West Coast time yesterday. I want y'all to understand something here. See, although we have little platforms, we're not really always necessarily seeing our numbers. And our real true numbers aren't reflecting. But here's the most important part of what we are doing here at the New Black Media. We are unapologetically speaking the truth. And with that being said, you can't stop the energy and the power, and you can't match it. You can't match the energy and effectiveness of the truth at all. Pressure bust pipes. And the people are shoving it down their throat about their silence. The New Black Media since this weekend, from multiple contributors, have, like I said, been putting foots to asses all weekend long about these people's silence. Yesterday, we put the cherry on top right here with this broadcast, and less than an hour after we wrapped up yesterday, they had to go back on script. Joy Reid still got on the same outfit that she did when I was on broadcast yesterday. So this lets you know it's the same day. Look at that time. Can't stop the power of the truth. They had to respond. They spent all day being silent yesterday. And then right after we got done here, everybody went to work. So if you literally go back and take a look at all the stuff that they were doing, yeah, they were so busy doing everything else yesterday. But somehow, all of a sudden at 3 p.m., they had to, let's let her rip on this time. We're going to start talking about this. Hell out of here.
To seek asylum here. When it comes to our immigration policy for so many years, cruelty has been very much embedded in it. There is obviously systematic racism at play here.
Oh, yeah. So it's systematic racism to point out lawbreaking by foreign nationals, says the lady who married her own brother in order to scam American immigration law.
Oh, boy, this is beautiful. Because a house divided against itself cannot stand, so let's just let that house crumble. And what we are seeing right now is all of a sudden talking about discrimination. I'm assuming the biggest problem that the whole discrimination conversation is being kind of sidestepped here is they can't find a way to wrestle or shoehorn in another agenda along with it. It's just a black immigrant issue straight out. And they don't want to touch it. They don't know how to touch it. Because it's something that they obviously didn't anticipate. They knew it was coming, but I think when plans get shifted last minute, you know, you had a long way to travel from Haiti to get to Mexico in the first place. So that means that you were under the impression that you were going to come here for quite some time. You were just making your way here. So they were biding their time, let's say. So doesn't this just beg to ask the question? If you knew you wasn't going to try to enter this country while Donald Trump was in office, what was it that made you start moving this direction when you did? You know? Doesn't that kind of sound like inside information? This is what's going to happen. This is who's going to be in office. Oh, wait, that's right. Man, damn, you can't really predict who's going to be in office, right? Because elections are clearly from the people. Lord. The afros, I see. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I got it out. A little bit of salt and pepper. A little salt and pepper action for you today. Rosanna Morrison, welcome. Louise, welcome. Lioness Crown, Jay Arundel, my revolutionary sister in the building. B1, black first as always. You know, yeah, Keisha, you know, I ain't hiding. I do not, and I've said it before, brothers, let this go. Stop. I don't want to see nobody my age with jet black beard. Cut that out. You look weird. No, enjoy it, brother. You know what I mean? I'm gonna rock mine. I ain't ashamed of my gray. I earned it.
Now somehow Ilhan Omar is a, quote, lawmaker, and she's calling you a racist if you don't like the fact that as a lawmaker, she is openly subverting the laws of the country that rescued her from a refugee camp in Kenya. Right. That's the new America. And it's not just Ilhan Omar who's saying it. Here's the top Democrat in the United States Senate.
Images of Haitian migrants being hit with whips and other forms of physical violence is completely unacceptable. Right now, I'm told there are 4 flights scheduled to deport these asylum seekers back to a country that cannot receive them. Such a decision defies common sense. It also defies common decency. So I urge President Biden and Secretary Mayorkas to immediately put a stop to these expulsions.
These people are such liars, especially.
He's right about that. But also the other thing now, look at what Tucker is also advocating. Tucker wants to go ahead and bypass the fact that these anti-black race soldiers were over here whipping up on Haitian refugees in plain sight, on camera. You know, he's definitely trying to sidestep that. And if you've noticed, a lot of them are doing that. Well, you know, we got to figure out what's really going on. I saw the pictures and yeah, but I don't really have all the facts. Whipping hand, lashing on back. I think that's pretty much how it works. If we was talking, I don't really understand how baseball works. Here's a stick, here's a ball, here's a plate. I'ma swing at it. Man, that's astrophysics. I just don't understand all the facts. Come on, man. Come on, man. See, they conveniently play stupid. And this is why, when you know somebody is this crafty and this smart, don't let them con you by all of a sudden playing dumb. Like, oh, wow, man. Wow, I didn't know that it was going down like that, man. Wow, bro. Nope.
That guy. So here you have Chuck Schumer claiming that there are, quote, images of Haitian migrants being hit with whips. Well, that's a distressing claim. Really, where are these images? We checked and we couldn't find a single picture like that. Instead, we saw...
I guess they wasn't looking too hard now, huh? Wow. For the pictures that y'all searched the internet and y'all couldn't find them? That's pretty interesting. I mean, because here's a still shot from a video clip of this particular officer repetitively whipping this man. There's a video of this very same incident. I don't know how they missed it. Man, my journalism skills is just off the charts over here, aren't it? I mean, hey, I didn't even do this. Boy, new black media. And see, this is what they were always afraid of. They were always afraid of black folk getting on code, black folk getting on code at the same time, and not only getting on code, but having a certain sense of enlightenment all at the same time. There ain't nothing you can do. Nothing. Man, well, I'll tell you what you could do. You can live out these last few little days, party it up, man. You know, go get some women, have some drinks, go do some drugs. You know, y'all like them drugs. I mean, you know, I'm just saying. For the white supremacists that are still in power and still enjoying the last days of somebody looking at them like they worth a damn, live it up, man. Live it up. Because pretty soon you know, well, not really soon. January 6th, never forget, was the beginning of the end for the image of superiority. Clap it up, my hammies. You guys really did it. And you can't blame it on one man. Y'all been racist forever. So, I mean, what are we going to do now? We got people. Okay, so the woman that went and dressed up as Rosa Parks here in Newburgh, right here in Oregon, I guess she was influenced by Donald Trump, too. Ain't that how that work? Anything racist got to do with Donald Trump. Man, the Ku Klux Klan back in 1908, man, they was lynching black folks like it was crazy. And it was Donald Trump's fault. Off code no more, ladies and gentlemen. We ain't going back. Y'all want to stay on the plantation, you can go. But you got to get the hell away from us.
Border Patrol officers using their reins to control their horses. Horses have reins. Reins are not whips. Though if you live in DuPont Circle, it's possible you wouldn't know the difference.
Oh,
we saw
man.
that image
So
of at least
that
one
dude's
Border
a
Patrol
horse.
agent using a whip and was effectively trying.
Damn, family. Did you know? I thought that was a human being right there. I guess that's a horse. Because that's what Tucker just said. So, damn. Since when did horses start wearing T-shirts and shorts? That's something enough a different looking horse than I've ever seen. The attempts to lie to you are now just getting outrageous, family. Oh, my Lord. Hey, okay. All right. Now, look at the picture that they got on the screen, right? You mean to tell me that they didn't see the other one? Hey, man, I just want to show you how these devils work, man. And the psyche of it. And so how they try to look you dead in your face. But yeah, because there's some black person that watches these idiots that really be convinced that these people are sincere. Man, these people ain't no more sincere than the backside of the backside of a banjo. Ain't nobody checking for that.
Trying to lasso some of the migrants.
I was not aware that whips, which come from the slavery era, were part of the package that we issue to any sort of law enforcement or government-sanctioned personnel.
Disturbing new video and images taken at the U.S.-Mexico border that appear to show law enforcement officers on horseback using aggressive tactics to confront migrants.
What they're seeing is despicable, disgusting, cruel. Those are the words that I've been hearing from activists that I've been talking to.
As an image, to me, it does smack of a bygone era of slavery.
Now, the Tapper thing, like even miss me with the stoic. You know, this is it's so appalling when we see tragedies and throwbacks and reminders that we aren't as far as we believe that we have come. And we've liked to say that we have came this far, but we have eerie reminders of America's dark, dark history. Get the hell out of here with that bull. Good grief. Oh, even Tucker know that's bullshit. Like, but this is what they do. That's all I'm trying to get through to y'all. They do this on both ends. And that's why we have the new black media to just give you the truth, unapologetically and unadulterated truth. This right here, good Lord, you are listening to a cesspool of confusion. Look this way, look that way, look this way, look that way. The art of rat-mazing, at its finest.
To me, who's never read a book in my life, it smacks of a bygone era. It is slavery to ride a horse through a crowd of people trying to invade our country. That guy went to Yale Law School.
No, it's
in case you're wondering if the system is legitimate. Answer, no. Chris Cuomo really gets the credit he deserves for being the single dumbest person ever to perform on cable news. He makes Don Lemon look like a particle physicist. But the Biden administration is nothing if not attentive to CNN. They write the script. So Here's the DHS secretary once again accusing his own officers of, quote, weaponizing their horses.
One cannot weaponize a horse to aggressively attack a child. That is unacceptable. That is not what our policies and our training require. Please understand, let me be quite clear. That is not acceptable.
So
now he's about to go into explaining. Now what he's about to do right now is, as the viewers who are paying attention to this, he has a lot of white supremacist viewers and a lot of covert liberal racist white supremacists. So they get a chance to kind of watch this and get their dog whistles from the right through ways of, like, this is one of the people who can convey messages to the left from his position being on the right. You peeping the game, so now you can get your dog whistle, CNN. This is what we seeing, and we gonna keep this keep away. So you know how you, when you're kids, you play keep away. You got the kid in the middle trying to run back and forth, trying to get the ball. You're playing keep away. Yeah, that's the truth. The truth is the ball, and you're the kid. And all of these two media sides, left and right, they're playing keep away with the truth. You understand what I'm saying? So this is a hustle. It's a con for control.
There's one of the country's top law enforcement officers explaining to the former Morning Zoo girl from AM radio in Yakima, Washington, that he's offended by the idea of enforcing the law because laws are racist. But they're only racist when they're applied to foreigners who are likely to support the left's program. So waiting under the bridge in Del Rio tonight is the Democratic Party's future electoral majority. That's what it really is, and that's why they're protected, so they can do whatever they want. But how about you? You're an American. You were born here. You remember a free and egalitarian America, a country where the same laws applied to everyone, no matter what color they were. What?
All right. See, now he first comes back in response to the blatant white supremacists, and now he's talking to the liberal white supremacists and also the conservative coons. So see, like the Terrence, whatever that little boy name is, and then the little baby coon, CJ Weirdo, and Tatum, Candace Owens. Candace Owens is a hustler. I'll kind of put her in that category. Why y'all holding back Louise's comments? Get off my, stay out my chat, Google. Especially when they're not block words that I have in my chat. So, come on now. Let's get it together, Google. If you're gonna fake it well.
What about you? Are you allowed this latitude? No. You're merely in the way. Keep your nose clean, Mr. American citizen. Don your obedience mask, get your shot, pay your taxes, and shut up. You are yesterday's constituency. Nobody cares what you think. That is the message.
Oh, Lord. See, here's the problem. They coming out telling you that their numbers are dwindling, so they understand genetic annihilation is imminent. It is inevitable. It is upon them. So, what do? You have to even the odds by adding numbers of people who are willing to be under you. The Asians who come do it, the Koreans anyway. That's why we have so many Koreans here. So with and trying to get what they're, and I'm starting to figure out why I've seen so many Koreans here, and they putting so much money into it, because throughout this whole thing, when everybody else was shutting down, let me tell you something. You could go to the mall, and like me and my wife was in the mall, right? Actually, no, me and my it's either me and my son or me and my wife. And I'm going in here to that's where, like, forever we were like, I want a Raising Cane's, right? We want a Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's, for those who don't know, is just a chicken strip spot. And it's a very simple joint. They got the chicken strips and fries, and they got this bomb garlic bread. So, man, you know, we were over there. Okay, it's a novelty. First time going. We went. You know, they had lines, super lines. It's at the mall, our kind of fancy mall downtown. If you guys were watching the protests when they first started for George Floyd, Pioneer Place was one of the places where when you saw them running up in the Louis store, that was right here downtown. So needless to say, most of the mall quit. They closed down. They wasn't going to get into Tiffany's. It's Tiffany's building. They little spot is ultra. It's like if you go, yeah, you ain't going to get out of Tiffany's if you go in there trying to act a fool. You understand? But so Pioneer Place, you know, is a fancy upscale mall. Places like Raising Cane's. We got a place like Bridge City Cafe. Burger Fi was in there. You know, various different national chains. Things are, because we have so many carts here now, are slimming up as far as the national chain side go. It's kind of drying up here for them. That being said, the Asian restaurant, the Chinese food restaurant that's in the mall, almost all of the mall is completely shut down throughout the pandemic. And you can't fault me for saying pandemic. The White House press secretary called it a pandemic herself, so take it up with Joe Biden. Thank you. So anyway, like I was saying, this was the only place that was still open. Everything closed. Raising Cane's gone. They cleaned out everything. Now that we're opening up, they have came back. But, man, let me tell you something. They got everything out of there except for the Asians. And you could go into that mall. You had a, what's the place? Yard House. I don't know if y'all got one of them where y'all at. But Yard House. They shut the Yard House down. I'm talking about everything closed down. But that Chinese food restaurant was still open while the entire mall was closed. Qdoba, right across the street. Gone. I'm talking about, and the only other place was Veggie Grill. So the vegan spot down there, they seem to stay open. That's about it. You can go get you some fake chicken. But man, yeah, right, Silent D. I mean, shoot, I am just repeating what words are coming from the White House. I mean, that is the end all be all, ain't it? Yeah. They call it a pandemic, then, I mean, why shouldn't I? Oh, Judah Queen. Oh, boy. You know, it's so funny watching these boule entities. They have long left being relevant amongst black people, so that no longer has value. Truth be told, having value for the powers that be are the ones that see value with these black folks interacting with black folks. Those actual people that they use, they hate black people. Black people that hate black people. I grew up with some. Before they was even taught that. Like, I grew up with some, like, I think a little bit of everybody. You can have everything that is natural with people. So some people just naturally hated themselves. I've seen it as a kid. You know, before we were even in school, I seen it as a kid. People just hate themselves. I hate being black. I'm ugly. Why I look like this? I hate my skin. I wish I was white. You ain't never heard me say no shit like that. I looked at it like this. although we are not in the best place with material gain, there's just certain things that I would never, ever give up for money that come with our culture. I would never give that up. The way we relate to each other, I mean, man, just the soul and the spirit amongst our community, man, ain't you bitching? I ain't giving that up for none of that shit. Are you kidding? Come on, man. These people end up killing themselves when they get all the financial gain they got because they ain't connected to nothing like us. So, yeah, man, you know, sometimes we have to, I'm trying to tell y'all, you need to get back and tap into the beauty of yourselves. You understand? Because they always wanted you to hate yourself. If you hate yourself enough, then you can convince other people that we have no value to each other. That's why people get out here and start talking crazy. You don't see nobody else doing that. Oh, the black men is worth, and black men are bullet bags and this and that. Well, I'll tell you what, you could take your stupid ass right the hell back where you came from. Because to come over here and call any, and I was even in a comment on Twitter with one, you know, look, I don't care how you get your money. So if you're an OnlyFans girl, cool. Do your thing. But I'm going to need you to kind of calm down on the aspect of where you have some kind of intellectual, political understanding. That you can kind of just slow up on a little bit. But, you know, she proceeds to tell me about basically co-signing that the type of behavior that you would see like the grandmothers that were at True Kitchen twerking on the glass. You know, stuff like that. They condone stuff like that. You know, I'm sorry. I'm not going to ever condone sitting up in a fancy restaurant looking at somebody's grandma twerking on the glass because she's so starved for attention. Because, see, we up here talking, oh, women and women, that's somebody's grandma, man. If them women is around my age, that's someone's grandmother. Because if they doing that, oh, they had kids at a young age. You know, my kids is grown. I had my kids when I was grown. So I know them. I know them women got some grandchildren running around somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, oh yellow cat. I love all shades of black people. And you know, from the skin to the hair to, I mean, man, just our whole overall vibe, man. You know, and it, some people would get upset for me saying who the salt of the earth is. But we a big old container of Lowry's. We got more seasoning for you than, I mean, anybody. And we could sprinkle it all over the world. I mean, just look at how we have so many people in your, for instance, in the chat right now, how many people do you know personally that has so much talent that they could literally be competing with anyone out on the market today? But they just work a regular job. They're not taking, you know, any activity outside of, you know, 9 to 5 seriously. You know what I'm saying? How many of y'all got that blowing ass cousin? You know what I'm saying? Ain't just go to work every day. Go work for the insurance company. Got all this talent just sitting all over there. We all know somebody like that. You know? So just looking at the beauty of what we possess as a community, it's always been something that they needed to mess with. So they always had to mess with our image. I think with the moves of the new black media, we are definitely making strides at repairing a lot of the damage that's been done to us. We've been taught to hate ourselves and hate each other. And now what we're going to have to start doing is we're going to have to start pointing out our failures so we can get to where we need to go. And sometimes our failures come in the way of people, fortunately. You know, what can you say? So in the midst of us looking to get tangibles, the blacks were talking about how immigration, the black leaders were talking about how immigration is a black issue. However, though, when we had a whole weekend full of black immigrants, it was everything but the topic of discussion for those same black leaders. Why should we vote for them now? They ain't even showing love to the black immigrants. Not that it matters for us, because we are worried about our tangibles. This is our tribe's time, okay? This is how we're rolling. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, but we have spent, see, how many of our generations have died off thinking it's going to get better? Nah, it's going to be better. Let's do what we do best. Let's just be ourselves. By being ourselves, look at how much changes. Just being our honest, true selves. Run me my bag. Absolutely, Brandon Cruz sings, because look here. We know what they are. We know what they are. And at this point, you know, hey, drop it off. Let's drop it off. I don't want to hear no, we got to study this and that. Nah, man. After this right here, y'all done went for this whole debacle, and we sit back and watch y'all old Negroes say nothing. If you ain't getting out there doing our bidding from this moment forth, man, we finna get y'all ass up out here, starting with 2022. So somebody better start talking to this new black media over here. That's all I got to say. And so the pressure is on. We understand what we got to do to go forward as a collective. We are going to be keeping things on code. And if these old Negroes, as the Black Authority says, cannot get with this new way of doing things, then we don't have to worry about putting new wine into old wine skins. You will take care of that for us. Thank you very much. With that being said, in the day and age of old Negroes, failure after failure, failure after failure, betrayal is now becoming apparent, and their handlers are leaving them high and dry. This is Congress. All of that y'all went in the streets and protested for, you put it in the hands of the Democrats because you thought that Daddy was going to bail you out. While the new black media and men like Ice Cube are telling you we need to focus on our tangibles. Dr. Claude Anderson been screaming at y'all for years. We are about to be the permanent underclass. We are literally at a time where we have watched them bring millions of people in our country in a matter of 3-4 months. Who are they here to replace? Black Biden voter? Who do you think they're here to replace? American citizens homeless at an outrageous, alarming number. We're worried about immigrants. So we said, until those immigrants look like the Negroes that we want to keep down in the first place. Y'all don't believe white supremacy is global? For the one brother that kind of went off, I don't know what his issue was. One thing I just don't understand about people. Why would you retweet so much of my stuff just to argue with me and then say how I'm acting like an agent? Okay. An agent. Right. So an agent would literally tell you secrets? Okay, genius. Yeah, I'm an agent for the truth. Good Lord. So, Congress, bipartisan police reform talks crumble. Negotiators had tried to focus on a slimmed-down version of legislation without qualified immunity reform, but even that proved too difficult. Of course it did. They were never serious about doing it. All they wanted to do was buy enough time to calm you people down who were in the street, who was pulling up. And shoot, for the most part, you got them old folks to come out there and start talking about, you got to go ahead and start looking to the future. And now, watch how the conversation shift. And I told you they were going to do it. It's talking about climate change and climate change and climate change and, man, climate change. They have to talk about climate change now because damn sure no longer can talk about immigrants. Nah, you killed that conversation, America. Hey, Democrats. None of these people, no mandates, no nothing. We just gonna get your ass up out of here. But make sure that you get all those other American citizens that we need venomized, because, and make sure you put the powers and the places and the people in place to make sure we censor all truth that might go out that would interrupt our control here, and we'll make sure that we send our little minions down to go talk good and at the UN and to send down the pecking orders of what we are discussing in our meeting. And, and in the meantime, let's make sure we keep those Negroes distracted. And always make sure that you, put some debauchery in their face. You know what I'm saying? Make sure we glorifying the most ratchet, illogical, low vibrational behavior. Because, hey, man, that's all those black people are anyway. They're just low vibrational monkeys and animals, right? Look at these guys. Shit. You should definitely have to corral them like this. Look, it's almost like slavery. Look, man, we're going to have some fun here. Going to go round up these Negroes, boy. I'll tell you what. I'm talking about as soon as the ancestor gene just, I'm talking about it's like activated like a light bulb or something went off, switch, boop. Hey, all of a sudden they turn into where is that at? Oh, I sure do got it. This is what the family, this fresh in. We got footage. We got footage from the border in Diego.
You on me for the Peckerwood. Peckerwood will kill me. Be like you kill me. You be putting that rope around my neck yourself. What you think you is, a hound dog? Peckerwood say go fetch, you fetch. You see me hang, you gonna know. You gonna know you kill a black brother. Cicero! Mayhaps I could have got away on beat for you catching me. You remember that. You remember that all day. You killed me. You remember that. You killed me. Niggas like you just prove what the Peckerwood say. We're just beasts, willing to do anything, kill each other. No mind, no feeling. Shut up, nigger. Leastwise, I ain't gonna die like you gonna die, like a slave. I ain't giving no lifetime of misery and sweat to this Peckerwood. I'd rather die than be a slave. You Peckerwood, that's right. You Peckerwoods was oppressed in your own land. We was free, and you brought us here, in chains. Well, now we here, and you just better know, this is just as much our land as it is yours. And after you hang me, kiss my ass.
Now, you know, and see, this is the point that I want to point out to y'all here in this situation. With Cicero, you know, we need to maintain that spirit. That spirit ain't there, but that's what they want to captivate. Now, notice, when he was talking to the other brother, I want you to look at it. See, don't look at it then. Look at it now. What's happening? He's telling you what they want you to look at yourself and how they want you to view yourself. They know who you are. It wasn't about how everybody else looks at you. No, they wanted you to believe what they wanted you to believe about you. And what did that do? Shut up, nigger! Rah, rah. Yeah. See? And right after that, what did he say? At least I ain't gonna die like you, like a slave. There's so many people with that mentality right now. And a lot of these people, unfortunately, believe that these individuals are somehow going to be some type of, you know, am I on mute? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, okay, it was on your end. Okay, I was going to say, man, it looks like I'm good. Okay, thank you, Desmond. And right on, Silent D. Cool. But yeah, people think that these people are going to somehow be on our behalf. These people are there for themselves. They don't give a damn about us. You know? And see, this is why they're out there now. They use people like this, but man, they can't even get this deal done. Another part of it was the George Floyd Policing Act that they were trying to get passed. They couldn't get that done. Man, so at this point, what the hell do we need? What do we want Biden to do? Because all of these black folks have told us about how, man, hey, you know what I mean, it still be better than Trump. I don't care. He's this and that and this and that. Okay. Well, truth be told, you actually got what you wanted. So he's shown you how viral he is. What now? You know, we're going to sit up here and just, well, anybody that the Democrats put up, we can't, or the Republicans, we just can't vote for them because they're Republican. See, this is why I told most of you idiots, that, especially on my Facebook, vote for black people. When I say vote for black people, I mean if our interests are not represented, it's going to benefit whoever interest is there. And we see now, the Asians, they got their interests met. They didn't have to commit anything. But these black folks, boy, and he'll come out here and tell you that it was the African Americans that saved my campaign. You don't think you should get at least some kind of tangible law that says stop killing us? No, of course not. That's not important. He's just better than Trump. These old niggas gotta go. The bipartisan police reform talks have officially collapsed. The end to the discussions come after Senator Cory Booker and Tim Scott and Representative Karen Bass spent months trying to reach an agreement with little progress. The negotiators had moved their self-imposed deadline for coming to a deal several times, but the difference between both sides ultimately proved too vast. Oh, you don't say. But let's be clear. It was never really that. Now, those of us in this new black media, we told you this is gas. It's all game. It's all cap. Now can you see? No, we're gonna. What was Clyburn saying? Well, we gotta take some stuff out. We want a clean bill. Well, you didn't get nothing, jackass. These old Negroes is nothing but in the way with their plates of catfish, nuggets, and biscuits. We must take control of our destiny and push these people aside. Right now, we have 2022 to make a statement. For those in this camp that vote them old Negroes out. I'm talking about if you got to vote for a ham sandwich or something, man. Vote for a vegan ham sandwich. You know, they make everything vegan now. They got the vegan oxtails and stuff like that. So get you a vegan ham sandwich and put it on the ballot. Oh man, it goes on to read. Among the key sticking points was reforming qualified immunity, which, by the way, you understand you got that by Obama. Black Democrat. You understand your precious Jesus, Barry Santoro. Yeah, you know, that guy. You know, he's the one that gave you this. You know, so I guess, man, it's still so much better. They killing us in the baby. It's so much better. They killing our babies in the street, but so much better. Trump. Oh man. Like I said, half of them old Biden women out there, boy, you know good and damn well you done tricked enough men in your day. If I could just do a comparison of hands of how many women in my chat right now got their inboxes with these crazy messages. So we know how women could see how men open themselves up. Look at this crap here. Now everybody is stupid. We start being stupid now. Shut up. They came out here and we couldn't get it focused and we slimmed down it. We slimmed it down, yeah, because you got a clean bill that you knew still wasn't going to get nothing because there is not going to be a police reform because both sides still need police to uphold white supremacy. I mean, and see, here's the grandest thing about this is with images like this, you even got Tucker Carlson saying they couldn't find it. They couldn't find this? I mean, because the bulk of the story was based around this little clip and video of this immigrant getting his ass whooped. So it's kind of amazing that you couldn't find it. You found the story, but didn't find the picture behind the story. Y'all see how they lie? Y'all see how they lie? Oh, man. Like, oh, yeah, man, I seen it, but I didn't see it. Tim some more. Yes, indeed. These people are something else, ain't they? Man, if Lion was a restaurant, they would be rich. Serve up live sandwiches all day. Boy, the masses would be fat. There would be no gyms. Everybody just be rolling down the street. I mean, at what point do we just call a lie a lie? And these people have been saying all kind of madness. And it's all just, it's like I said on one of my last broadcasts, circling the drain. This place is literally circling the drain before our eyes. And good damn riddance. People say, well, what about you? Well, see, that's where faith comes in. You know? Right? All these years, we heard all this faith talk. Faith talk, faith this, faith that. You could faith me to death to get me to pay for something, but as soon as they put something out, all of a sudden we going to the white man. How that happen? Faith, faith, faith. Well, man, you broken arm, man, you got to pray on it. Why ain't nobody praying on that jab? They ain't telling you to pray on the jab, is they? I mean, they tell you to, oh man, I got a bullet wound, man. Well, we're going to pray for you now, man. But you got to go run down there. Jesus would want you to go get that shot. He could heal the dead. He could raise the dead, but you got to go get that shot. Like the Jamaicans said, the joke, when you take the joke, you know, you gotta take the joke, you're gonna die. Oh man. Yes, those in vague terms. Have you talked about all of the divs and their talking points and they're talking in vague ass terms? Brother, they are talking in like vague is an understatement. Oh man, have you ever seen anybody that has like the tap dancing that they are doing right now, brother, is so crazy. Like, it's watching them try to dance around the conversations is amazing. It's so beautiful, matter of fact, because like, damn, you have to expose yourself as a damn liar. These people's validity is literally disappearing in our face. Oh my God. You gotta take the Vaseline. Oh yeah. Oh man, they pushing that heavy over here. Except for, let's get the Taliban over here. See, somebody came and tried me today about my post. And I had a Biden sexual and a Republican Trump nut swinger on my post. And, they both had one to say. One, of course, the dude who came supporting, he's the Trump supporter. He had, what did he say? Oh, yeah, man. Oh, man, those were horse bridles, not whips. Democrats are such conscious liars. Conscious liars. Oh, you guys are going to try to start working the conscious talk into Democrats? No. No, we're foundational Black Americans. That is our party. So you want to join down with foundational Black Americans, you can do so. We have the empires of Al-Kabulon, and there's plenty of other different micronations within this entity that have, truth be told, anybody who really wants to represent these people, see, this is what's worked for the Democrats. You got a built-in voter base by a bunch of slave-minded plantation children, and they run the yard. So they have raised their baby coons over all these years and generations to make sure that everybody keeps the plantation going. Massa got to, see, if Massa fail, then we fails. This is how these people think. Don't get it twisted. That's why they always over, oh, y'all over that black stuff. Why does everything got to be all about black power? How the hell do you sound as a black person shunning your own influence? Self-hate much? You know what I'm saying? MAGA sexuals and Biden sexuals. So the Biden sexual came on. He was like, well, you know, how about Jason Black? Boy, you got to watch these old Negroes. So he basically took the stance of he's because a lot of these Biden sexuals talk to black folks as if we automatically conceded to the idea of the venom being a great thing, which is amazing to me because I'm looking at you like, man, is you crazy? The hell is wrong with you? I mean, no, I don't give a damn about they snake oil man. What the hell? Like that is literally, you really are talking about that as that is enhancing black people's lives. You need to be swung on. That's insane. Insane. Come on, man. Come on, man. But this is what we're dealing with right now. Let me see. So his response to this picture. Now, what I said the slogan is going to be, well, man, this is better than Trump. And, you know, of course, the Biden sexual had to chime in. So, with looking at the picture that you see on the screen, and let's just look at these pictures too. You know, I mean, because we are noticing how their precious Democratic Party has avoided giving a damn about all of these black people being held in inhumane conditions. You know, like those kids in cages and they're being separated from their parents. Well, so are these. They're like, damn them Haitians, boy, they came in here illegally. They need to go back home. That happened really quick now, didn't it? Ooh-wee. Yeah, lickety split. Well, they found an answer fast. So this cat said, you're right. We should be more honest and straightforward like the GOP. See how we go? See how we start doing? We immediately start talking outside of blackness. You can always point these people out. That's how. Very first, right off the rip, immediately starts talking out of a place of a party when everybody else in the party that he's part of votes their racial communal interests. But they, our black Biden sexual family, just are so gone. So, how's that wall coming? How's that wall that Mexico paid for? We're in a whole different administration, ain't we? And what difference would a wall make if the president that's sitting in the White House right now, that we had a whole plane load of Afghans come here. What wall did they see? Do you hear the lengths that these nuts will go through to still make it about this damn white man? Tangibles or no vote. Black people interest. Black agenda. Now, if you heard me mention Democrat or Republican candidate, no. Black people, black agenda. Black people, black agenda. Black people, black agenda. These Negroes can't get it through their head. Man, it's so much of the GOP. Y'all see the stuff I post? How on earth would you be relating me to either party? How? You so stupid that you can't even talk to a black man as a black man. You gotta talk to a black man like I'm doing something with some party, like it's some fictitious. That is just so stupid to me. No, I got a family. I got kids. I want to see people. I got nieces and nephews. I want people to succeed. I have to take a vested interest in their benefit. So I see, since we're the line of defense, why would I look to weaken my children's future like so many of these black bisexuals have done? And then turn around and act like, I don't know how this happened. Man, look at all of this. Man, how'd all this happen? Because you've had your head up the white man's ass for the last 40 years. That's how. You let him destroy your household. Then you're single. Can't make it work because you can't get a man to meet what the government can cover you for. So now the man's value has none. Now, if you go ahead, see, that's where they started implementing the police to come in and step and protect black women. You never heard no black women out here talking about black women need protection. Because they could call the police. Because when it was used as a mechanism to make sure these niggas was getting locked up, man, it was coming quick. Oh, you don't do what I say? I'm going to call the police. They come and take it on to jail. Now you got an arrest record because you didn't do what she said. This is how things was going on in the 80s, man. I'm old enough to remember this. Man, older does not necessarily mean wiser. Ain't that the truth? I will say this. It doesn't mean wiser that we would benefit from. They were wise to do good by themselves, so they saw. But damn us, you know. And see, we're a whole nother generation that are now spawning 3 generations from ourselves. But the generation before us was like, damn these kids. I'm getting my party on. I got a life too. See, that generation of parents, let's keep it a buck. That's the I got a life too crew. How much time did you spend growing up at your grandma's house? Come on. Talking about we having all the cousins is gonna be over here. We spending the night over at grandma's house. Parents out there in the streets acting a damn fool, yo. Oh man, we just keeping it a buck around here, man. You know, that's how we do. And you know, this is the thing that I'm talking about. I wouldn't give this up for nothing in the world, man. You can't put a price tag on our experiences. I don't know majority of y'all personally, and we are here relating on personal family experiences because we are essentially from the same family. So we are gonna have so many relative experiences. Good and bad, but that's the beauty of our connection. Even after everything that's been done to us, we still like each other, contrary to what they want to sell us, because they want us to hate each other. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, you know, there's going to be a person that you don't like, a person you don't get along with, but one thing that no one else is ever going to do for you. Same thing when I was on Six's broadcast, Six to Guys. Man, you ain't never seen them people come out and stick their neck on the line for you like that. Not on a grand scale. This is where people were looking at the protests that were happening here. Like, man, you know, look at all those Black Lives Matter types. That just means white people, they call them snowflakes. Because when you hear a white supremacist call a white woman a snowflake, that is a supremacist code speak for nigger lover. So if you didn't know. Another thing you can also, I'm just giving out tasty tidbits because it just came to mind. If you walk into a room and you notice a bunch of white folks start coughing, that's because they want to make sure they don't go off code in front of you. So if you accidentally hear something that you weren't supposed to. Now, I'm sure, I got a lot of working age folks in my chat, so I know y'all done experienced this. Y'all as some white co-workers. They in there talking, you hear? Been there, done that. Been there, done that. Yeah, we are all connected. Yellow Cat, I had back in, I guess this was 96. I was up in Canada. And you know what's so funny? I had because we were playing in Calgary and Edmonton. So I had a gig in Calgary. We were like, our hotel, we stayed in a hotel in Calgary. And then we just drove up. We had a tour bus, so we just drove up to Edmonton. But when we first got to Calgary, man, see, this is one thing. This is when I first started learning. This is the mid-90s. I started learning how our government has black people looking to other societies. So leaving this country is how I first got that one. Calgary was hella cold too. We were there in like February, so it was Black History Month. We were doing, if you're, I don't know if they still do this up there, but there used to be this, what was it called? It was like the Pan-African Gospel Fest. That's what I was in Edmonton for. We were headlining that Pan-African Gospel Fest thing. And also, it's the very first time that I heard from folks' mouths. And I said, man, I learned the class system real quick. I got a crash course on the Caribbean. Let me tell you. So, okay, so y'all see my vibe, right? So there was a group of Trinis, cats from Trinidad. So we kind of was vibing with them, and the New Guinea cats. They was cool, but we were looking at. There were some Jamaicans that was fooling with us. They had this class system of Jamaicans over there, or up there rather. So the class system of Jamaicans that they have in Canada are the Africans that come from Africa itself, and then you have the slaves, the descendants of the slaves in Jamaica. So the class system is as such. Those Africans do not look at themselves as the descendants of the slaves of Jamaica. They will all identify as Jamaican, but there is a very, very strict class system in the Caribbean based on them lines. So number one, for a few of them, I was even too light for them to even be talking to. Oh, he's damn near white. Because then the Africans over there, oh man, let me tell you something, man. When I say they wasn't fooling with us, they were not fooling with us. But one group of Africans felt so bold to walk up to us and tell me to my face, this is what he had. First had a question. I have a question for you. You're from America. You're from America, right? Yeah, we're from the state, from Portland. Okay, I have a question. Why do most African Americans believe that they are African? Well, everybody's from Africa. Yes. Yeah, no. See, we understand. Africa is the mother of the creator of civilization. Yes, We know this. But no. I say, why do you African Americans think that you are African? Damn. You know, when you actually think about it, damn it, that came from the white man too. I didn't hear we was from Africa from my family. That is not what I heard. So when we got into that conversation, let me tell you, man, it was very deep, but they were able to give us some understanding and clarity that, you know, we were different people. Yes, we have brown skin, but we just come from a different group of people. And this is what I experienced in my time in Canada. Okay, thank you. Oh, wow, no, well, shoot, that's a new feature in YouTube. It lets me know when another moderator has already handled getting your comments shown, because, you know, it happens in my chat often because Google, for whatever reason. So trust me, we make sure that your comments we make sure they get seen, because you know how Google likes to do. So anyway, maybe they upset at this picture. I don't know. You know, okay, some people don't like but hell, you was there, bruh. You know, Mr. Eric Schmidt right here, you know, he was there. You see him over there, the bottom right, second in. Yeah, that's Eric Schmidt. Got Google representing in the house, right? You know. Oh, they be doing that to Baba too? I am not surprised. I am not surprised one bit. Because, you know, also the elder, he also gives it unapologetically. And what's so great about his age group, man, you know, it's really refreshing to see an older gentleman bringing that heat, putting foots to asses over here in his space on some just real truth, just absolute righteous truth, you know? So, yeah, man, I'm loving it. I mean, yesterday, this is what I'm loving about the new black media. This thing is starting to take so much wind that I'm almost running out of time to put in other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm watching y'all. I mean, literally, you can watch new black media from sun up to sundown. And in the middle of the night, for that matter. Kwame Brown, boy, that brother can pull. I've seen that dude do a 7-hour all-nighter. Damn. I can go. Man, I don't know, man, cause that's a marathon, man. But I mean, shoot, I would do it if I had 5,000 in my chat. Oh man, we roll all night. You know, because I know got y'all falling asleep at your computers. Y'all up there like about to send your next message. Oh, you love the long live streams? You know, yeah, shout out to Baba. You know, I was kind of surprised too, man. I appreciate all of y'all. I noticed that y'all, the viewership on these longer streams, you know, contrary to what they say about short attention spans, man, y'all be hanging in here with a brother. I appreciate it. As long, you know, as long as y'all want it, I got it. As long as y'all want it, I got it. You best believe it. Like I say, I can do this all day. You know, I've been fortunate enough to be in some conversations with brothers. You know, and I'm talking about just having conversations with other like musicians and artists and whatnot, and literally have sat down to eat for a meal at like maybe 10 at night. Just conversing, you know, just building, man, just good fellowship and conversation. Next thing we know, the sun coming up. I mean, the sun is literally coming up like, damn, man, let me get my ass home, man. You know, because we've been chopped it up for hours. I'm talking about like in a Sherry's. Sherry's don't sell no liquor. We in there just literally chopping it up on some black man and woman building shit. And, you know, so I grew up doing that type thing, man. I love it. I love my people. And I love to have these good conversations. And I love seeing all of these other black folks out here of the same ilk and the same spirit getting out here telling it like it is. Because we should be comfortable enough to speak boldly in the faces of our enemies. You know what I'm saying? Our place does not dictate our faith. Our place doesn't dictate our actual understanding. No, our place is just a matter of time and chance. Pomp and circumstances for all you graduates out there. You know? So, needless to say, we have bipartisan failure, which, you know, now it's bipartisan. No, you failed. It wasn't bipartisan anything, because you never could get... The Republicans never was talking police reform. The Democrats was. Only reason the Democrats were talking police reform was because of the George Floyd situation and all of this pulling up and the pressure from the new black media. Now you have them coming out wondering, like, real quickly, like I said yesterday, I couldn't help but notice the timing of everything. They were, literally, while we were on yesterday, while we all in here in this live yesterday, we literally watched AOC. AOC was over at somewhere doing a rent rally. And then everybody else, they doing everything else. They're talking about infrastructure bill and this, that, and the other. Then after 3 p.m. yesterday, Pacific Standard Time, all of a sudden, the Democrats have now made a push. And if you just go look at the times, all of their conversations and their tweets, it's all past 3. See, this is the thing. I know I got powerful enemies. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Having to operate from a blackballed position for so long, you know, it is what it is, man. That's why I don't really take a lot personal, because I know, jeez, I've been through too much to really be taking a lot personal, to be quite honest. So I like to keep things kind of on the business end of things, you know, because I understand people go through things, you know, so I like to be understanding. But the one thing about that is you always have to make sure your communication is on the up and up. Like I said yesterday, make sure you have intentional conversations with one another. Don't waste anybody's time on a bullshit rant. Make sure you are engaging this person as you would want them to engage you. And one of those is to be heard. So, you know, just keep your conversations intentional. Kind of cut down on having to yell and scream. And it also will help you tighten up on your listening. It'll definitely help you tighten up on your listening. Because what they say, listening is a skill. Listening is a skill. And like I've told all of you before, if you want to know how a person is or what their objective is when they are trying to approach you with anything, let them talk. Let them talk. Don't interrupt them. Let them talk. See, that way you'll find out how deep their rabbit hole goes. If you cut them off or interject, then they now go on alert to say, oh, okay, well, Because if this person is really literally trying to bullshit you, if you making it look easy, usually a person who is overzealous to just go straight in for the point of attack, gotcha, out here, gone. You know, because they'll easily expose themselves. But you know, there are some other ones who, you know, they are a little more tricky. But I like the idea of country dumb. You know. You know how many people had to live the truth of what I actually said? Because I told them the truth, but it was just because they didn't believe it coming from me. That, you know, hey, man, what do you know? Because, yeah, man, some of us really do not like ourselves. So just the fact that somebody looking just like you is telling you some information that you didn't know or you haven't experienced, then you immediately write it off. Because, man, ain't nobody told this nigga nothing. He ain't, the white man gonna fuck. Why would they do with that? Why the white man gonna tell him that? But there's things out here that are bigger than you. You in a whole world. Now think of the things I'm breaking down for you here. How did I know? Told you there's people that they got to make sure they keep tabs on. They got my finger. I got a Secret Service agent number that I've never seen. Better know it. They make sure they keep their tabs on the people they need to. And this ain't about America. This is about the government. The state, if you will. See, Queen Amadaya just said something on her previous broadcast, and I hope y'all heard it very clearly. When we are saying the state, that doesn't mean your state. The state means one world is the state. That's a world rulership. Through one entity. When I was on with Goddess Masterpiece, somebody said in the chat that cryptocurrency, not everybody's going to pay taxes on cryptocurrency. I'm sorry, I have to say this. If you don't believe that you have access to cryptocurrency because they've allowed it to happen, but you are under the impression that this is something independent of the powers that be. Cryptocurrency is nothing without their internet, correct? You think, oh my God. Y'all, come on. These people are the devil. You see these people here? You think anything went out without them knowing? You got a whole way of making money and you think they don't have their hands on it? You out your skull. You are out your skull if you don't think they got their hands in it. Remember this picture? From Wall Street, follow the money. I mean, man, absolute total control. Kissinger, absolutely. Kissinger, yes indeed. I showed you that one yesterday. And yesterday's avatar. Kissinger right there with Nixon, who had the war on Black America. Had that cross-dressing bastard, self-hating, questionable octoroon Larry Hoover. Y'all did know he was an octoroon, right? So they say. I haven't really been able to get a solid confirmation on that, but it's completely believable to me. You know, I mean, because we got people darker than you got folks up here looking like Candace Owens. You hate black people. Look at Jesse Lee Peterson. You'll never mistake him for being mixed. He hates black people. He hates black people. We just the most despicable thing on earth to him. Look at Larry Elder. Man, you know, I mean, hey. The slave masters deserved to get reparations. The slave masters got the reparations it was actually supposed to be for the freed slaves. So you could have got them their reparations. It did not have to be at the expense of the freed slaves. They got money hand over fist. And most of these families ain't even spent money from the 1900s. So, I mean, man, don't let these people tell you this garbage out here. And, man, the TV, if you got, because we all got family members as well, they get their news media through CNN and Fox and MSNBC. And especially MSNBC is just so wicked. I mean, just go with me for a minute. Joy Reid, Al Sharpton, these people have offices where? At 30 Rock. They literally work in one of the elite's named buildings. Nobody gets this? Who you think they're going to be talking for? Who you think they in there to speak for? They in there to speak for our interests? Oh, bless y'all heart. See, some of these folks just really be like, man, they got some representation because we got a black face in there. Tamron Hall's black. She claims to be from my wife's hometown. They ain't never seen it though. But I mean, you know, I guess because she was born there and left, but she still be trying to claim it. Yeah, you know. Larry Elder, oh my God, yes, Larry Elder. Larry Elder is a dunce. And, you know, but he was, like I said, that whole thing in L.A., that was game. That was just political game to make sure that Newsom could do what he needed to do unimpeded. So now we have it to where basically he can go ahead and push the White House agenda forward on the people, no problem, and you're not really getting, you won't have as much resistance because now you can say, well, the people chose to keep him here. See how that works? Almost, basically, they're running the same game as the crime bill. Well, it's the black leaders that wanted it. Man, like I said, these people ain't stupid. They are extremely smart and craftily wicked. So with that being said, always understand the depth of evil that is within the existence of these people. There's something else. You know, before I go, this other thing that's going on. What's up with Anthony Johnson's wife? So AJ Johnson's wife is starting to go off on his fans talking about fake love for not paying for his funeral. What? And since when? I mean, like this. When I first saw somebody tweet about this at first, and I just thought it was like, I just wrote it off. Like, oh man, it ain't happening. Then you actually got an article. Woman, ma'am, I am sorry for your loss. I'm definitely sorry for your loss. But I've never in my life have ever heard. Oh, you say your husband told you about it? Man, ain't that crazy? I can't even imagine. Okay, fans, you got fake love because, I mean, he's a comedian. He's a comedian and actor. Fake love? Man. No. This may be a little misplaced anger. I mean, because we have known he has been battling an addiction issue for quite some time. Even when he was making those films, he was still battling that addiction. So, I mean, you know, this ain't nothing new. What's new is that fentanyl mixed with the crack. That's what's new. People ain't falling down by coincidence. You know, it's something that is out there that they are doing that is killing them. Now, when you come to the people and say, well, y'all got fake love, I'm going to have to be abruptly honest with this. Don't ever come at the people trying to scream on the people for not taking up the funeral costs on a long-standing, careered drug addict. That's not fair to the fans. Because, see, the fans ain't putting no pipes to lips. The fans ain't putting rocks into pipes. You understand me? This whole blaming other people, see, we got to get out that shit. Because that's the Donald Trump thing. And, oh, man, no, they racist, they white supremacists, and they've had those views. Their granddaddy had those views. Their granddaddies had those views. Donald Trump was nowhere on the scene. But those people's white supremacy was. So I don't like getting into pointing fingers at other people's behaviors. Like, oh, this is why they did. No, it ain't. No, it's not. Cut that foolishness out. I mean, because really, though, people do what they want to do. Shout out to Sister Goddess again, what she said on her broadcast yesterday. Men are going to do what they going to do. And that's true. Because men choose women. We know what we're going to do. We absolutely know. Yeah, she should have handled her business, I will say. Yeah, we are in a, man, you know, I just hope I'm bringing enough clarity on my end of things to just spark y'all minds into how these devious demons work and operate, and how they use craftiness for deception. The end-all point of their deception and the objective of their deception is control. And right now, us foundational black Americans and those of us who are of our ilk around the globe, even the melanin deficient, if your spirit is with us, we're with you. Because trust me, your skin color ain't gonna let you love me if your heart ain't there. So I just take it off. It's simple as that. Regardless of skin color, if your spirit ain't there, shit. There's people that look like me hate my guts for nothing. But I mean, you know, because it's nothing. When you're not in offense, and your name is good, it makes it hard for people to shit on you behind your back. So then when they have to come in the front and actually address it, it makes it embarrassing for them. Because, of course, you have nothing to be embarrassed about because you haven't wronged anyone. You kept your name clean. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's some people who believe that you should just let some things go. I am not one of those. So, that being said, we need to hold these people's feet to the fire. We are coming into a new election season. And already, I just wanted to see, by putting this poster up, you know, I wanted to see what the response was going to be because I just wanted to see how ready these dummies were. So I wanted to do a dummy check. And true enough, with the caption that this is, quote, this is better than Trump, unquote, would get enough response, and of course it did. And it got response from both sides. Go figure. So we're at it, folks. We are now officially heading into the 2022 hashtag Tangibles 2022 season. It's upon us. They threw out Michelle Obama yesterday, and I want to reiterate to you that this pressure that they are feeling is coming from you. It is coming from you. You, the people. See, I'm only one vote. Tariq is only one vote. Jason Black, only one vote. But all of you, Queen Ahmadiyah, one vote. Tina Berry, one vote. But see, here's the problem. All of you are one vote, and all of us are one. There now lies the problem. Because now we can sway things. Have you seen this many folks fired for doing some of this racist thing? See, this is why they're still doing it. Because there hasn't been a consequence before. That day is gone. You will get a response. And it ain't going to be, we're going to pray about it. Tell somebody to pray for you. The days of the jump out boys. Yeah, it's coming to a close. See, and they're on the fences about that. They don't know what to do. So, again, this is the time. Family, we're going to have to tighten up on these infiltrators because we got them in our families and whatnot, and they're going to start spewing some stupid shit here, and it's going to start coming quick. Remember, I told you you wasn't going to see this till January. Wrong. Damn, I overshot that one. We didn't even make it to October. Go figure. They're everywhere, absolutely. So, again, we are going to push forward black first, black first, black first. If they can't understand it, then make sure they know what they are accountable for. See, that's what I'm doing right now. I want people to know this failure that you're seeing right now, you are responsible. For all of you black Biden voters who have swallowed your tongues while watching these Negroes get whooped by these overseer offspring demon spawns, all of y'all who swallowed your tongues, don't holler at me now. I'm going to need y'all to keep your asses quiet. We're going into the election season. If you ain't talking about something for a black agenda, don't pop up on my scene, player. Because what I am going to do this time around, since we have this broadcast, I will air your ass out right here. And you will get all of the attention you want. So for everyone who does all the y'all stuck on stupid, let me put you on notice today. All the smoke is going to come your way. So you better stay in your lane, because we are staying in ours. We are going to ride this car till the wheels fall off. And while the Joe Biden, Kamala Harris plane lifts off and gets ready to throw your asses out without a parachute as soon as they get done what they need done, you can't come back to us. That's what we have done so much. Now, take it to God in prayer. As for us, we have moved on. So, hey, like I said yesterday, if this space is not what you are doing for the love of it, thank you, Jason Black, for doubling down on this message yesterday. We need to make sure that you are here because you love it. This is a commitment of love, y'all. So we speaking what we speaking because we love our people. We know what we've went through. We know what our ancestors have went through. And we respect it. We respect it with the fervent passion. You know? And I want to see all y'all, you know, do it. Deneen. Hey. Deneen Soul. Yes, indeed. Bringing absolute truth to power. Yes, indeed. Black first. So, you know, today was a rough morning for myself and even my wife. Today is the first day of fall. And, boy, that equinox, boy, it tore our ass off this morning. Oh, man. It took me forever to just get going. But, Lord, you know, we are here when we you know, got it popping, you know. And again, just be mindful of the season we are heading in, because they already know now with the type of energy that's coming off of this group, this new black media, this grassroots, that B1 that they see, they are dreading that. Oh yeah, Roland, man, I would like to see a catch-up report on that, brother. You know, how's that working out? You know, I'm sure you're still upset at the Butter Your Biscuits video I made for you last year. But, you know, hey, you asked for new black media to give you the smoke. How's that feeling right now? Are you enjoying the smoke? Do you want more? See, you got to know, and I'm sorry, but for some of y'all ADOS people, y'all do know that your followers, your headship, they blocked me a long time ago. Now, I might have to get into, well, I don't know. I may get into that conversation at some point in time, because it's a deeper one. Again, I support us. I do not support a entity. We are a lineage because we are a lineage. If you want to be a political organization around lineage, that's fine. I have no problem with that. What I do have a problem with is the beefing back and forth about who did what and all of this. Who cares? Who cares? And just on a simple thing, if you were born in 1970 anything, shut up about you brought up the info. We started the conversation of reparations. Negro, what? How? You brought up the conversation of reparations? When? We're talking about reparations. Who's old enough to remember Johnny Cochran? Who is old enough to remember Johnny Cochran? The healthy man that somehow just up and died. You know what he was doing? He was forming his case to present to the UN against the United States for what? Reparations. So you're not the damn first, Yvette Carnell. Stop it. Yes, you did make a new push and a new effort. We appreciate that. But to act like you're the first person to ever come out your mouth with the word is ridiculous. Johnny Cochran was about to come with a case. And y'all talking about voting down ballot. Negro, please. Come on. I'm just saying. Rest in peace to Nikon. Absolutely. So, you know, and then on the other end, you know, what's so weird, I will say this part because it's factual, you know. The day for those of y'all who remember me posting the Roland Martin Buddy a Biscuit thing last, I think that was October. Okay, so when I posted that, Roland blocked me that day. Roland blocked me that very day. But guess who else blocked me later on that same day? Yvette Carnell. How would one affect the other here? I'm just going to let y'all stew on that for a little bit. We'll talk about this some more. Tim Seymour, oh man, Tim Seymour been blocked from Roland too. And I think Yvette as well. Yeah, I think they blocked both of us. Shit, they always on Tim Seymour's top, but I mean, shit, you be out putting them foots to asses out there. That's what I'm saying. It's not just us on this side of the camera. It's y'all on the other side of the camera too, because I see what y'all be getting in. Like I say, be putting foots to asses. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, both persons. Yeah, they both blocked him. Yeah, they both blocked him. I mean, hey, man, it is what it is. And we got all the smoke for you, you know? And as this thing grows and grows and grows, man, it's just going to be, we are too much to handle. Because like I told y'all, black unity is the Messiah that they fear. It's not just one person. See, they could contain one person. They could just make sure that one person doesn't have an avenue to speak. But what they can't take away from you is all of you working in tandem, together for the cause, on code. Black first, black first, black first. Nothing better, y'all. And with that, Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Let it fall and let us rise. You know, I'm going to have to put that on the shirt at some point. You know, I definitely got to do it. Angela Wright got you too. She ain't, you know, bro, this is where I do give Joy Reid credit. Because Joy Reid has not blocked me. And I've went at her top a few times. She ain't blocked me. Candace Owens hadn't blocked me. Interesting. Really interesting. But I noticed, when I remember, so I told you Yvette blocked me, right? Think about this. It was almost a year, and I was mentioning it in my broadcast of, damn, how'd you leave your homie out there, though? Because, you know, Yvette's one of them controlling women. So if she really felt that she had that brother's back, she would have said, you think in a heartbeat? Because she's told her followers before, don't follow this person, don't follow that person. So she would have immediately said, oh, you need to go block him. Why didn't she? But she somehow followed Roland's lead. Might want to just ask, what kind of connection could Roland Martin and Yvette Carnell possibly have? Oh, here's another one. Neither one of them have blocked each other. All right, so you can follow me on Instagram at BeatZillaPDX. You can follow me at Twitter, BeatZillaPDX, on Facebook, BeatZillaPDX, and on Patreon, BeatZillaPDX Official, and of course on Melanated People, Michael Beatzilla Whitmore. Yes, indeed. Oh, man. You know, man, like I said, and Tim Seymour, yeah, I think he was around when I spoke this months back. That dude ain't no financial nothing, man. So anybody taking finance tips from that dude? Oh, man. Jeez. Yo. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Judah Queen. I did see y'all's back and forth banter. Oh, Lord. Y'all be going at it. So, you can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And of course, you can get the podcast. That's Our Real Truth at Google Podcasts, Anchor FM, Spotify, and iTunes. And then, of course, various streaming platforms and services. We have fun here. We have fun here at the Beatzilla PDX official show. And also, if you feel so inclined to make a donation, you can definitely do so by way of Cash App, $Beatzilla PDX. That's Cash App, $Beatzilla PDX. And, all donations are greatly appreciated. Thank you in advance, and thank you for those who have already contributed to this program. I much appreciate it. Peace, blessings, protection, and power be unto you. And, again, make sure that you stay vigilant, stay safe. With this little fall equinox thing that's going on, hopefully you guys are awake by now. I think it probably took some of us all day to get back to ourselves. It's like, man, what's wrong? So yeah, we here, and I probably will. If anything, I'll be doing a podcast tomorrow. If not, I'll be back Friday. I'll be back Friday for the weekly wrap up, and we will definitely be chopping it up then. In between times, if I do anything tomorrow, it'll be a podcast. I'll probably still do that live as well. Just no camera show, because that'll be a podcast. So, I believe I got everything out I wanted to show y'all today. We have all of these Biden sexuals that are going to be popping out on y'all. So, again, just be mindful. And when you see them, you know what we do here. And we going out just like that, because we already know who Satan is. Shalom, family.
When you know who Satan is,
yes, sir,
you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth.
Yes.
See, that's what you throw.
Yes, right.
Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.